We live in a world that has been spliced, where cause and effect are not going to be clearly observable. The violation of human brains is happening in an odd way that is as if it is sacrificing children to some people or things external to the system. This is pedophilia because the people who do this engage in the rape and control of human brains from childhood for the express purpose of attempting to control human beings for the sexual gratification of some hidden group of monsters. This may occur in different ways, though, at least in part. I believe it is meant to be torture to destabilize political dissidents and to protect an oppressive regime that demands groupthink and blind obedience from a cowardly fallen population of mindless human weapons. It is unlikely that the way politics has played out is in actuality what would have happened without the abuse of this dangerous technology. We are not living in a democracy anymore. We have now crossed into the world of George Orwell, where there are moralist cowards splicing up human lives to harm the people that would not go along with the stupidity and cowardice. Where the common man and woman who is not in line with these monsters is surviving a campaign of subterfuge, sabotage, mind control, torture, and spying and stalking. We are living through the dumbification of our children in school and of every person online or who watches television. Our entire world is being turned into labor slaves with hidden overseers, pathetic doughy men with hateful hearts that are more than happy to see your child sexually degraded to make a few more dollars or keep some corpse-like elderly man in a facade of authority for a few more years until both his brain and his body rot away. This group of weapons, or more accurately, this weaponized eldritch system of rewriting reality that is run by a group of degenerate criminals that we are living through, is destroying our world and our culture. Look around you and see the vindictive spitefulness that has permeated the world, something that has turned so many people into trashy, graceless monsters that would sit back and allow the innocent to be harmed and degraded, something that has turned so many into vicious cowards that would willingly go along with monsters who torture others and create hell for the people that disagree with them. These people are fallen and pitiable, and they can and will warp an innocent child's sexuality to attempt to use this as a weapon in later life. In my life, these people groomed me in hidden ways with the most vile sexual acts. They did this in the same way that boys that want to get sex from a girl who is not interested in him does. They swarm their victim and whisper in their ears from so many different people online and in person. They are growing a vile garden in the brains of the totally defenseless and innocent. The children they are involved with are like child sacrifices of the old day, though it is so much more hidden. In our world, your children are being served up on a silver platter to the most sexually depraved, vile, abusive, and cruel monsters to ever exist. This is not religious or demons. Instead, it is much more akin to black web pedophiles crossed with authoritarian brown shirts that are weaponizing technology against the defenseless and guileless. The people who do this to others attempt to create weapons within a person's brain. They attempt to look around the person or people they target and identify all sources of comfort and turn these things into vile perversions and sources of shame. Family, friends, pets, objects, anything and everything these people believe they can turn into a weapon is weaponized. It is the responsibility of the victims of this crime to be stronger than the foundations of the earth, to be able to stand alone and see through lies upon misrepresentation upon half-truths, framing upon shaming. A victim of this weapon must be mentally like a superhuman to survive, and they must be wise enough to not let money or material wealth control them, because it is one of the easiest things to take away from a person when there is weaponized and hidden blacklisting and redlining. I have tried multiple times to report crimes to police, yet when you are a victim of this weapon, the cognition of any normal authority is hijacked, and you are likely speaking with the same degenerates that have victimized you to begin with. So a victim must be a mountain, an island, a person who stands alone, accepts what comes, and lives in defiance in a peaceful way, like a majestic tree that survives the most vicious hurricane. In this world, human beings have been experimented on and tortured in secret, yet out in the open. The people who do this are vile, reprehensible monsters that can and will rape the minds of children to degrade them in order to enact revenge or childishly prove the truth of a victim's words as being lies via rewriting and mangling the lives of those victims. These glorified criminals are physically repellent. They are mentally subpar, they are morally nothings, and the only thing about them that is humorous is how pathetically they crawl to attempt sabotage in the lives of the people they victimize, like obsessed dorks swarming far more beautiful people than them. The only defense the monsters and enslavers of every man, woman, and child that ever existed have is to attempt to mock the people they have sold down the river. My response to them is that I would rather die than dishonor myself by going along with you. There is no prostitute that is as dirty. There is no killer with as much blood on their hands as you fallen weaklings. You have raped my body and my mind. You have violated my free will. And one day all of the misdeeds you have committed against the world and the people in it will be known, and all of the lies and framing of your victims will crumble along with whatever empires you prop up. Laugh for now, because one day you monsters that sold out free will, privacy, and human rights will be silenced for good by true justice, not the warped perversion of justice that you represent. You are cowards. You are morons. You are reprehensible and accursed enslavers of children and adults, and every crime will be answered for.